Not having kids is not a flex. If you are single, unmarried, and without child, you are responsible. But a flex, it is not. Childlessness cannot be a flex.
I love the part where you admitted it's responsible, but then turned around and said it's not a flex. Since when is being responsible, intentional, and self-aware not a flex? I genuinely can't think of a bigger flex than having a friend hit me up with last-minute plans and me being able to say, give me 30 to get ready, because I don't have to check if I have the kids this weekend. I can sleep in, book a spontaneous flight, spend my money on myself, and move through life without asking anyone for permission. Every dollar, every hour is mine, and that's not just a flex, it's a fucking luxury. It's honestly kind of wild that people like you act like childlessness is a moral failure when there's literally people out there who don't even have the option to have kids, but go off trying to make fulfillment a one-size-fits-all situation. Some of us actually paused and asked ourselves what we wanted out of life instead of blindly following a script. Spoiler alert, we chose freedom, peace, and autonomy. That is the most grown, intentional, and flex-worthy decision I've ever made, and I'm sorry if that rattles you.
Was y'all cool? Because I don't care what nobody say. Being 30 with no children is not a flex. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. I am watching the internet go cuckoo for Cocoa Puff because people is making videos 25 with no kids. Okay, that's cute. That's fine. You can be 25, 26, 27 with no kids. Bitch, once you're the age of 30 with no children, that's when the problem comes into play. Because do your coochie work? Is your parts working right? Bitch, we don't give a fuck about y'all. It's just the fact that y'all getting on this internet and making videos about 27 with no kids. That shit is not a flex. You ain't gonna have nothing when you die. Nobody's gonna know you. Nobody's gonna know your name. None of that. Okay, you cool with that? That's on you. At the end of the day, we not about to make it seem like having kids is a problem. Because clearly that's what motherfuckers is insinuating when they jumping around, dancing, and, shaking their ass and all that because they ain't got no kids. Am I right or am I fucking wrong? That's exactly what you're insinuating when the fuck you're jumping around, dancing for joy because you 26, 27, 28 with no children. That's cool. But like I said, once you get the age of 30 and you ain't got no kids, something wrong. I don't give a fuck. I just couldn't imagine being in my 40s with no children. I don't care about how much money I got. Bitch, you ain't happy. I promise you're not happy. You're not happy. This bitch ain't got no kids. She 40? Something ain't right. Trust me, I know that's a red flag for a lot of men.
But it's the idea of children in general being this inconvenience or hindrance or limitation.
I'll never understand why people get on the internet unprovoked, telling people that their life choices are not a flex simply because they're happy about their decisions. This takes me all the way back to the 21 and childless trend, where people would, again, unprovoked, be mad at people who were just happy to be 21 and childless. Why did y'all take it as a personal attack?
I never in a million years understood why do y'all brag on not having kids. First off, you do have kids, bitch. You just killed them. They're in heaven. You'll see them very soon, hopefully. And I do understand not having kids gives you a lot of room to just focus on your priorities and what you need to focus on. And I don't got no kids, but I can honestly say I can't imagine waking up to somebody who came for me every day and is dependent on me. I feel like I go 100 times harder, and I feel like I be working like a motherfucker already, Bottom line is, it's just shocking to me how anti-family this generation is, but everybody want to cry and complain about how lonely they are. The fuck?
This is the same thing in a different font. The conversation just kind of shifted from talking about 21-year-olds being happy with no kids to 30-year-old women still being happy with no kids. How dare you? You're 30 now. Has society not infiltrated your brain yet? Aren't you scared that you'll age and end up lonely? People become parents for the wrong reasons, but no one needs a reason to not become a parent. In other words, the plethora of questions asked, to mainly women by the way, about why they don't want to have kids should actually be directed at the people who do want to have kids. Why do you want to have kids? And because I think I'd be a great mom is not a good enough answer. That's just my opinion.
Not having kids is not a flex. It's not a flex.
I don't know, maybe it is a flex because a lot of you can't seem to stop having children for any other reason than oops. Maybe not having kids is a flex because I feel like most parents that I've ever met in my life can't tell me why they had kids. Very simple question. Why did you have kids? What was the reason? And you know what I'm most often met with? What do you mean why? It's just what you do. Doesn't surprise me that that person has it posted in their bio that they are a Christian because you know how those people love to breed because a book told them to. Being childless in a world where the dominant narrative, to heterosexual people at least, that your life will mean nothing unless you have children, that is actually a flex. Moving through your life with careful, intentional choices is actually a flex. Simply having children is not a flex. A lot of people have children. Elon Musk has children. Nick Cannon has children. A lot of serial killers have had children. I wish that we could collectively adopt the philosophy that it is better to live a life without children and then regret it than to have a child you didn't really want. There are a lot of ways to contribute to a child's upbringing, and being a parent is not the only way.
In fact, there are so many common reasons why people become parents for the first time or for why they decide to have more children, and none of them are good reasons. It's just what you do is not a good reason either. I'm sorry, but a lot of y'all have lost the plot. I want to give my son a friend is a terrible reason to have another child. They might literally hate each other. Like, do you realize you have no control over that? Or a lot of people's lives are regurgitated scripts that they got from movies, TV shows, and other people who are so miserable that they want company. My general consensus these days is that anyone asking me why I don't have children and encouraging me to do so probably hates me. Because the fact of the matter is people are not being honest. Going back to that video, how are children not an inconvenience?
But it's the idea of children in general being this inconvenience or hindrance or limitation.
My cat is an inconvenience. People get on the internet every day and put on a show that will really have you questioning reality. You know, the same reality that you see all the parents around you living in.
Yeah, I'm having kids now in my early 20s so I can really enjoy my 40s. Like, I will be home free in my 40s. I'll be able to do whatever I want. Well, I'm going to have my kids in my 30s so I can really enjoy my 20s. I really want to enjoy my 20s. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to have kids in my 30s. Is having kids not enjoyable?
No. Haven't you been paying attention? Absolutely not. No. You do realize it's the mothers telling us that it's not enjoyable. We don't know because we don't have kids, so who else are we supposed to listen to?
I like to call it fulfilling misery because I think I experienced something similar when I was a teacher. It's so rewarding and a feeling like no other to be a part of a child's life. Children are wonderful, but they will work you. If you know you're selfish and you choose not to have kids, good for you. It is absolutely a flex to be self-aware and act accordingly.
You're not having kids.
I'm not having kids.
That's what you was born there to do.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
Well, I'm asking you.
I want to have kids. I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
This conversation is so stupid. Why do these guys get personally offended when a woman who has nothing to do with them doesn't want kids? That's insane to me. Ain't got shit to do with you, but you over here offended because she don't want to have kids. Shannon Sharp was acting like this too. That shit is weird. Telling women that their purpose on earth is to have babies is also fucking weird. Imagine telling your daughter this shit. You don't see the benefit in giving life. Life not even all that. Life is okay. Life is mid. It's people who have seen everything life has to offer, have traveled the world and ate all the food and did all the things and still kill themselves. Like life is all right. Most of us aren't having a good time. Don't put life on a pedestal like that, okay? Life is cool. Life is all right. Babies don't pop out happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing I want y'all to leave here with because I'm losing the light. So this is the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Any, and I repeat this, any reason why you don't want kids is a valid reason to not have kids. All of the reasons. There's not a single bad reason to not want kids. And if you don't want kids, do not have kids. Nobody should be trying to pressure you to have kids. It's not your responsibility to have kids. You don't owe anybody kids. If you do not explicitly want kids, do not have kids. And if people think you're selfish, so fucking what? That's even more of a reason to not have kids. Do you think selfish people should have kids? Exactly. I'm over it. Let people do what they want with their bodies. Stop. It's not your fucking call. It's their call. Get it together. Damn. I'm fucking sweating. I will see you in the next video.
You know how I know a lot of y'all are miserable? Because you resort to fear-mongering and shaming now that you know no one is really buying the dream that you were trying to sell. Telling a woman that childbearing is what she was put here to do is just a means to shame her for her decision to not do so. Telling her that it's her natural instinct to have kids is just a way to get her to question her femininity because she already told you she doesn't want any.
Is you cool? Is your uterus cool? Is it working? Having no kids is not a flex. That's a choice that you made. We love our kids over here. A flex is being able to carry kids and taking care of them. There's plenty of women out here that can't have kids. Is you a lesbian? How many kids you sent to God? How many abortions you had? You can't keep a man? What it smell like down there? Who gonna take care of you when you get old? Nobody, because you ain't got no kids. You gonna be in a nursing home? What it smell like down there? Your pH balance been off all your life?
The trend going around 21 and no kids is pissing off a lot of moms, and I'm not sure why. The same way how you chose to be a parent is the same way how people purposely chose to not have kids. I respect people who are like, I don't want a kid because I have too much of a selfish lifestyle. Thank you. Thank you for being so aware, because there are plenty of parents out there who should not have kids, or parents out there who have kids for the wrong reasons. The fact that you're naming you're going to be in a nursing home, I know plenty of people who have cut off their parents and they're still putting them in nursing homes. They are their kids, and they're still putting them in nursing homes because of the trauma that those parents have bestowed upon them. Talking about people's sexuality, their pH balance, not being able to keep a man, it's okay if a trend doesn't apply to you. It's not a direct criticism to you. Find a trend that does apply to you. TikTok has a big enough community that you will find all the moms that love being moms. Let people who don't have kids, who are 21, flex, because it is a flex for them. Shaming people who are excited about a trend that doesn't apply to you is crazy work. Just hold down on your screen, not interested, and TikTok should never show you that again.
Insinuating that the only reason a woman doesn't have children is because her reproductive organs just don't work is simply hateful and misogynistic thinking. Demonizing women who had abortions is also just another tactic to cause guilt and shame. And why? If you're happy with your decisions, why can't other people be happy with theirs? I'm sure there are cases where childless women say things to women with children unprovoked. Like, I can actually think of an example. There was this influencer who was very popular at the time, and then she became pregnant, and people were under her video basically saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and just letting her know that they didn't like the decision that she made with her own life. That's weird behavior. But more often than not, I see single, childless women either questioned for not having children and not wanting them, or getting outright shamed if they dare decide to show that they're happy with that decision. And I just want to know why. What is it about a single woman being happy to be single, or a childless woman being happy to be childless, that bothers people so much? Every day we prove that misogyny is not only perpetuated by men, but some of our fellow women as well. It's really not surprising, because just because somebody is another woman doesn't mean that they're going to understand where you're coming from. It doesn't mean that they do not uphold misogynistic ideals. Because it was really shocking to me at first seeing how many women were willing to talk to women in such a disgusting manner because they didn't want to have children. And I'm looking at it like, other women? Isn't that a man's job to shame women for living freely and having choice? Isn't that a man's job to do that? But yeah, have you guys seen this recently? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you feel like it. Share this with somebody, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.